Okay, so thanks for joining me, and this is Jeff Jacobs for MetChefUK.com. I am the chief forecaster for MetChef, and I've put together my forecast for the coming winter for the UK and Ireland for 2014-15. Now this is just a brief summary of what I think we can expect, and a brief outline really is the fact that we've got a developing El Nino. We've got very high surface sea temperatures at the moment, and lots of other factors which I won't go into now, which brings me to my conclusion of my forecast. Yeah, I've got some wind, I've got some rain, I have also got some very cold weather and some very snowy weather. So a lot to get through in a very short time. So here we go, and I think we'll start off with October. Now I think the jet stream is going to increase, so if we look at October, and we see the first half of October, I think we're going to get a very strong jet developing with some very strong winds and rain, interspersed with some colder periods, which could give quite a bit of snow actually over the high ground of Scotland. But further south, I think we're going to expect quite a lot of rain, and indeed we could even get some flooding in places. And this is a feature of the first half of the winter, I'm afraid. Very stormy, wet periods to come. And you can see, looking over on the right hand side, the latter part of October, I think we could get a strong northerly blast coming down, and this will result in some wintry showers, and some of these showers are going to be quite heavy and give quite a lot of snow over the mountains in Scotland and Northern Ireland. Further south, I think we just get rain showers with hail and thunder. It's going to be feeling quite cold, of course, in this northerly wind, and we can expect temperatures around about 6 or 7 by day, and at or below freezing in places overnight. In fact, over Scotland, probably down to about -6 by night. So quite a cold, unusually cold end to October. But really, the theme I think we want to look into now is what is the rest of the winter going to be. And as we go into November, I think you're going to find quite a bit of cold weather. But the theme will be a very strong jet. And the jet stream will be right over Britain at times. Like I say, another month starts stormy, a lot of snow over Scotland and on the hills of northern England and Ireland. But at first we're going to get a lot of rain and strong winds. Like I say, interspersed with some colder periods. But I think high pressure will begin to build over the continent, over France, Germany, and gradually begin to influence weather over here. So I think as we go into the second half of November, we will see a change to drier conditions in the south, much warmer conditions as well, and but further north I think it will stay stormy, a lot of rain, and some of this rain could well be heavy and turn to snow over the high ground, especially over the very north of Scotland and in the Faroe Isles. But overall, it will feel actually quite warm at times in the south, with the winds coming up from the south, originally a very warm source. So that's November dealt with. What about December? Now December obviously is a quite important month with Christmas. All the pundits are out guessing whether or not we're going to get a green one or a white one at Christmas. I'll deal with that one in just a sec, but first of all, the first half, I think, of December will start very stormy and wet, and quite a lot of rain actually, especially in the south. But I think high pressure will begin to build to the north, and the low pressure then will take over the southern part of Europe and the Low Countries, and we will start to bring in a northeasterly wind, and quite a cold wind at that. And that leads on to the second half of December, where I think we'll get a real cold blast straight down from the Arctic, and very, very cold indeed. And there's a real chance that this Christmas could well be a white Christmas almost anywhere in Ireland and the UK. So the cold theme will continue into January. I think January will be a particularly cold month. There will be the odd milder period, but overall I think January is going to be noted for being cold and snowy, and a lot of snow, especially over the east coast, but really anywhere it's going to get this cold snowy weather during January, with a blast straight down to the Arctic. Frequent snow showers, heavy at times with drifting, hail and thunder thrown in for good measure. And this really carrying on through most of the month and into February, where it will continue to be cold and snowy. And again, as we go into March, a real winter's tale, a real taste of winter again, with lots of low pressure dumbbelling around each other, with cold east or northeast winds straight down from Siberia. A really bitter month, and I think it will continue to be cold and snowy throughout March into the first part of April. So that's the end of the MetGFUK.com summary for winter 2014-2015 for UK and Ireland. We'll see how it develops, and at the end of March we'll analyse it and see what we got right and see what we got wrong. But I will just emphasise that this is purely for fun. We cannot look that far ahead with any accuracy. But once again, thanks for joining me. Have a good read on my website. But until we meet again, whatever your weather, enjoy it.